It's the man behind the subtitles. Yes, I'm John Raybould, and I hope you enjoyed my piece Zingerama. I'm now going to run through this piece in detail and show you all the instruments, sounds and effects I have used, and also explain how I multi-track them all to produce the final piece. So I'll begin by showing you that I actually have 13 sounds or instruments playing together. So here's a quick rundown of them all from the top. I have a piano sound, a strummed guitar, another guitar, an organ, a muted palm guitar, a swell pad sound, some short strings, some long strings, a synth bass, a regular fingered bass sound, 3 drum kits. Here's drum kit 1, drum kit 2, and drum kit 3. A cymbal roll sound, and 1 audio track at the bottom. Right, now I'll run through an instrument at a time. Now to begin, I'll solo this drum track and play it. I'm playing just the kick drum at a steady pulse. This drum kit is the Stereo GM kit from Halion SE, which was bundled with Cubase when I purchased it. I'll unmute the other tracks of drum kit 1 and you can hear some hi-hats and a snare. I'll talk more about the drums later. Now I'll add one of the piano tracks. As you can see, I played a really simple chord sequence. The chords here are A, E, F sharp minor and D, which is otherwise known to musicians as chords 1, 5, 6 and 4 in A major. It's a pretty common chord sequence used in all types of music, and these chords are repeated throughout the piece. Now before I go on, I'll tell you that when I began composing this piece I played all 4 chords on the beat, but then decided to push chords 2 and 4 slightly forwards to create this interesting syncopated effect. Next I added the piano left-hand notes, just the root notes of each chord. The piano sound I'm using, by the way, is the Halion SE Yamaha piano. Later in the piece I played these chords with a syncopated figuration like this. Right, next I'll show you the muted palm guitar sound. Here it is on its own. I'm playing a highly syncopated rhythm. First just 1 note at a time, then with 2 notes, then with all the 3 notes of each chord. I'll open up the mixer now and show you I have a reverb plus a stereo delay. The reverb is Roomworks. And the delay is Mod Machine. Listen to the difference when I switch the reverb and stereo delay on and off. This is actually a sound font. Here it is loaded into Aria Player. So here's the drums, piano and muted guitar together. Now, did you hear that swell pad sound? So I'll pause the playback and tell you what it is. In the track name I've called it Swish, but it's actually another Halion SE sound called Wind Swells. There it is. Now listen again to it in the mix. Okay, my next sound is my funky bass sound, which is the first of my 3 AAS sounds in this piece. It's called the full bass from the Angelicals library. Next I have a basic fingered bass, another Halion SE sound. This is the electric bass finger. It just plays the root note of each chord. Now, how about this? Yes, it's a strum guitar sound from the Pop Rocks library from AAS, and it's called Cool Wah Wah, a fantastic sound. Notice I just play the chord notes and it provides a cool guitar accompaniment. Listen to it in the mix. Next up, short strings. Yes, this is the short strings patch from the free orchestra instrument from Project Sam. You can guess how much I paid for it. Well, the clue's in the name. Yes, it's another of the many free sounds in this composition. I've got it to play single notes, then octaves, then chords. It's a contact player instrument, and there it is. Now I mentioned that I have 3 drum kits. Here's drum kit number 3, it's Drum Core 3, which is Drum Core's basic and free version. Here's the kick, drum and snare. Now before I show you more drums, listen to my audio track. On this I mixed down just a mixture of the snare and a tambourine from my drum kit number 1, which of course is the stereo GM drum kit from Halion SE. So when mixed with the other kits it sounds really nice. I've got to tell you, I had such fun playing in those tom-toms and cymbals. And I haven't mentioned drum kit number 2, which is the hip-hop kit from Halion SE again. I used it to beef up the hi-hat sound, and it has a really cool explosive sound which I really liked. Yes, it's all taking shape. Now I'll show this other guitar type sound. I've called it guitar nylon, but it's actually an electric piano patch from AAS. It's from the Angelicals library again. Now to my sustained strings. This sound is the violin section sus and short AG from Garriton's Personal Orchestra 5 library. AG stands for aggressive, and you can hear the slightly aggressive clean start to the sound. Notice I applied a stereo delay as well as a reverb to this sound. Listen to the difference to the sound when I switch the delay on and off. Now I have 2 instruments to go. This is an organ sound I like, again from AAS. It's called Equinox Part 2, again from the Angelicals library. Now before I show you the last sound I used, here's the Garriton's violins playing sustained chords to add another pad effect later in the piece. It sounds great when mixed with a swell pad. And I'll just unmute some other tracks. My last sound is another sound font and it's cymbal roll. So another free sound providing fantastic variety to the music as it evolves. So that's about it. I'll stop talking now so you can listen and watch as I play part of the song again. I'll show you bits of the note editor screen as I go along to highlight a few things going on. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my little tour of my piece as much as I enjoyed composing it. Bye for now.